Hello, fellow wholehearted high achievers. Welcome to Hanging with Hang. Today, I'm going to share with you the topic on how dangerous it can be when you people pleasing too much, and some simple remedies for it from my perspective. Okay, so I want to start out by saying this, that I think it's a beautiful thing when you be nice to people and we say yes to people and we help other people to feel better, because that helps us ultimately feel better. And the problem here, that what I'm talking about, when you go to the extreme, when you go to the extreme of pleasing people not because you want to, it's because you obligate to, you need to, and you should to. So this is what I'm talking about. And it could come from a place, it could come from a place of culture, it could come from a place of your family traditions, it could come from a place of your childhood, the way that you were raised. And this video is particularly for those of you who you in situation that you say yes when you don't want to say yes, and then you resent later. And then from that resentment, you bother up inside and you get reactive. So then ultimately you show up to be the person that not really that awesome anyway around the people that you love, or not don't love as much. It doesn't really matter. You're not the best version of yourself. And ultimately, in my humble opinions, the most dangerous thing of people pleasing when you're not aware of it is you ultimately lose a sense of yourself, because you're not being honest of how you feel and how you respond. That's the first dangerous thing. And the second thing I believe is can also be dangerous is because when you're not being honest to yourself, when you're not given an honest yes or an honest no in the moment, it's stop the flow of the other person across from you to actually show up in the full moment as well. So you actually blocking that person from growing and evolving as well. So that's my humble opinion for it. That's why I don't think anything to the extreme is healthy, especially people pleasing, because losing oneself is the the ultimate formula to internal misery and unhappiness and unfulfillment, and that's not a great way to exist in life, in my humble opinions. So how do you remedize that, right? How do you handle that? Well, my friend, it's easy said than done. What I'm about to share with you, it's going to take some inner work. It's going to take some conscious effort, some realization on your part, and maybe you're already there. Maybe you, like a lot of my clients who already know that they're doing it, but then you can't help yourself, because that's your way of being up to this point, and changing that part of that, or breaking the pattern, is extremely difficult. So I get it, and I feel that pain. And trust me, trust me. I mean, I'm one of the chronic people pleaser growing up my whole life, and learning to set that boundary and learning to be honest with myself, it has been quite a journey. And I hope that I'm sharing what I learned with you, and perhaps it's inspire you to take a gradual small step to break this pattern. Now, most I think, empath, a highly sensitive person, you can feel things. So then what happened is you don't want to, on the surface, it looked like you don't want to upset the other person when you say yes or when you say no, that you don't mean to. That's why we do it, right? Because we want to please, we don't want to upset the other person. But ultimately we're doing that because the pain that you feel inside is too much, because you actually feel how that person feel, and then part of you will want to blame that on yourself. Oh my God, I'm the cause of that pain. But in reality, whatever that person feeling, if that belongs to that person, it doesn't belong to you. So you got to remember that. So there's two practice that I do this for myself, and I'm teaching my clients, and I'm hoping that you can take this on. Is the first practice is to learn to be honest with your yes and your no with yourself. You got to stop lying to yourself. So if you feel a certain way, if it's a yes, then just accept it for what it is. Don't even try to bother judging it or try to convince yourself no either way. And if it's a no, it's a no. It's simply as that. Put a period, put a stop to it. Don't write a paragraph, a story after that. Like, I'm a horrible person because I'm not saying yes, da, 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 da. Stop. Put a period. Whatever that you feel, put a period. So be honest with yourself. And at the beginning it's going to feel uncomfortable because this is not your natural way of being, right? If you people pleaser, you probably focus your energy on people more than yourself. So you probably not as connecting to your honest yes and honest no to yourself. And you probably feel that you're not grounded in yourself, and you probably feel like you're losing yourself in all of this because you're trying to please everybody. You're trying to say yes, and you try to do things to please everybody else. So that's the first practice. And the next practice going to require more courage on your part is when you connect to your honest yes and your honest no, you can start to communicate that to the person. Say, I'm sorry, but that doesn't work for me. Yes, I'll do it because I genuinely want to do it. And when you do that, when you're so honest in that moment, my friend, you give that person a chance to be honest on what they're actually feeling. So if they take offense by you saying no and you've been saying yes to them your whole life, then it's a gift for them to sit with their own discomfort. And it's also a gift for you too, to sit your own discomfort. Whatever that you're trying to fill the void, your self-insecurity, I'm not good enough, I want this person to love me. You got to deal with that. That's your stuff. And whatever that discomfort, you have to have the courage to let that person feel what he or she needs to feel from your honest no or honest yes. And if you're excited to do it, you can say yes. And if people don't want to engage to it, and that also on them. And this is what I mean, is that when you please people too much, you lose a sense of yourself because you're not connect to what you actually want and need. And two, when you do that, you block you obviously you stop yourself from growing, but you also stopping an opportunity to grow and learn from the other person who could evolve more. So that's my take on it. Hopefully this is going to be helpful for you. Start by please yourself first this week. Connect to yourself. Know what you want. Know what honesty to yourself, and have the courage to speak the truth. May the force and love be with you. As always, I'm sending you a big hug from Hawaii. And if you find this video helpful, please feel free to share the love. All right, bye.